DFS or breadth first search. Similar to DFS, only this time what we do is we explore level wise. Last time we explored the depths. This time we'll be exploring level wise. So let us first go on to the theory about BFS. So DFS. Okay, so this is not D, this is B. It is breadth first search. It's an algorithm for traversing or searching the tree. The algorithm starts at the root node and explores along each level before moving to the next level. So the basic idea is to start from the root node and move to the unmarked sibling nodes and continue this loop until there is no unmarked sibling node, and finally print if element is found. So now let us see this example over here. So suppose you are starting with S, you want to find K. You want to find K, okay? So you see S has two children. Now you go to the left side first, A, mark it, backtrack, and to B, mark it. Okay. Now you find that no, this is also not our uh, this is B is also not the element that we are searching for. So you again move to A, or you check the sibling. Then you check A's left. So it is D, while A's right is E. So you check that, you still didn't find it. So you move, backtrack, you see A, and you see that yes, A has a sibling. So you move to the sibling, you check siblings, children. So B has F and B has G, but no, none of them are K. So again, now you are at G. So this level is also done. So now you check G has no children, F has no children, E has no children, but D has children. So when we see G, we again backtrack or we move to D, and at D we check J. So J is not our element. Our element to be searched was K. So you check J. J was not our element. You backtrack, and from D, when you check K, you will find K, and yes, you can say yes, I found K, but after a lot of steps. So that is how we use BFS. So let us consider the same problem. This was the problem that I have explained here in DFS. Now we are seeing the same problem but with TFS. So let us calculate the steps directly. So 1, 2, so 1 backtracked, 2, 2 and then 3, and then again backtracked, 4, 5, 6, backtrack 7, 8, and backtrack 9, backtrack 10, 11, 12, and then 13. So we took 13 steps as compared to 11 in the previous example, while searching for this element 4. Okay, so that is how DFS is comparatively inefficient in this particular case when we are searching for 4. But when I take you to the next example, sorry, so this is the same example for which we had the answer 11. Now while searching 6, what are the number of steps that you will take this time to find 6? Let us have the answers in the comment box. Correct. Yeah, we'll have 3. Exactly. How? 15 to 5, 1, backtracking 2, and then 15 to 6. We have found our element 6. So the efficiency that you are thinking that you will get, or the efficiency of any search algorithm, depends upon what you are searching for. If you are searching an element which is at the depths of the tree, then obviously it is better to use DFS. While if you are searching for an element that is at the upper levels, then it is better to go for breadth first searching. So that is how uh, trees searching in trees works. So now there are a lot of debates that we can have about which searching algorithm is more efficient, but all in all, the main point that we'll at the end conclude is it doesn't matter which algorithm you use, because It depends on what you are searching for. Suppose if you are searching for something that is at the above levels and you go for BFS, then like in this example, you will just find it in 3 mere steps. While if you go for DFS, you took 11 steps. Similarly, if we were searching for 10, in that case, we would have taken just 1, 2, and 3 steps in finding 10 using DFS. But using BFS, we would have taken a lot more steps. So efficiency of these algorithms is quite arguable upon, and it depends upon what you are searching for and how your tree is. So any questions related or any discussions either related to trees, put it in chat box, or if you have any views regarding this, just raise your hand and we'll be giving you an opportunity to speak. So if no doubts, so if we are searching, then how would we know whether the element are at the upper levels or at the depth? So that's what, Aryan. The thing is, it depends on you. If you are making the tree, you know how the tree will be behaving. Suppose you are using binary trees, so you know that each node will have at most two children. In that case, you might go for depth first searching, because nodes in binary trees always extend long, they do not extend broad, at least till 3 or 4 levels. After that, of course, every child, if you create nodes of every child, then you will obviously find a lot of nodes at a particular level. But if you are using if you are using trees with multiple children, suppose the nodes are having 4, 5, 6 children, then in that case you would like to go for BFS, because you know that your tree is expanding, so it is expanding like this, it is not expanding like this. So that is how you decide which algorithm to use. It is purely problem based decision. It is not a generalized decision like for stacks, queues, or anything, where you know that you will have to use nodes, or you'll have to use linked list, and you'll have to use it in a single way only. Any other questions? No questions. Okay.